Greetings. I'm going to tell you the story of my first 200 game in bowling. I bowled in leagues weekly for years, starting in middle school and then periodically into my adulthood. But through all that time, the 200 game eluded me. But 2 years back, while in Romania of all places, it finally happened. And it was the most unlikely of 200 games, scaring the hell out of me until the final seconds. I arrived that morning at the Funland Bowling Center at Piața Unirii in Bucharest, Romania. A week earlier, I had bowled 2 games in the 180 range, which convinced me I was due to finally have that 200 game. And so, first game of the day. Frame 1, an 8 spare. Frame 2, another 8 spare. Frame 3, I knocked down 6 pins and I didn't pick up the spare. I got only 2. Current score, 42. You know, this doesn't really look like the makings of a 200 game, does it? I sure didn't believe that this was the one. Frame 4, 9 spare. Frame 5, 8 spare. Well, I've certainly proven my ability to make spares, haven't I? I do recall looking up at the screen and thinking to myself, if this is going to be my first 200 game, I need a whole bunch of strikes in a row right now. Frame 6, strike. Frame 7, strike. Now, I have to admit, I did not deserve this particular strike. I barely hit the head pin, and a mess ensued in which random pins still stood and then slowly dropped until finally all of them had dropped. Well, I guess that makes up for all the times I thought I hit the pocket perfectly and then felt robbed. 8th frame, strike. 9th frame, strike. 10th frame, oh yes, I was very aware that I had snatched a potential 200 game out of the jaws of mediocrity. And at this point, I was just trying not to think too much about it. I knew, in fact, that a strike right now would make my first 200 game a likelihood. I roll the ball. My heart soars as it lands cleanly, perfectly, exactly into the pocket, the strike zone. An explosion of pins follows, after which, inexplicably, the 7 pin still defiantly stands as if mocking me. Look, I can't even do long division, so I certainly can't calculate my own bowling score. And the news arrived on the screen. My current score is 198. I can take it from there. I know that it's now come down to this. If I pick up that pin, my score is 199. And then, if I so much as down 1 more pin, I will have finally achieved my long-held dream of a 200 game. Damn it. Despite what happened in the first 5 frames, don't think I'm good at picking up spares. I mean, if I were, I would not be 46 years old and dreaming of my first 200 game. And so, I roll the ball. It's kind of heading the right direction. Oh no, it's not going to hit the pin. Or is it? Oh my sweet Jesus, will it possibly touch that pin? It barely kisses the pin. Maybe it so much as blows in the ear of the pin as it passes. The pin swoons and falls over. The electronic screen shows me the new stark reality. I have 199 and 1 ball to throw. My Eastern Orthodox name is Andrew, and I'm known as Andrei in Romania, and that's why you see that name on the screen. If you think I'm happy and relaxed at that moment, oh, you're quite wrong. I am perfectly capable of throwing a gutter ball. I mean, I hadn't thrown one yet that day, but I had thrown two just 1 week earlier on that exact same lane. And if I throw one now, I miss the dream of that 200 game. I pick up the ball. I walk up the lane. I am not trying to throw a strike right now. I am merely trying not to throw a gutter ball. My dear late mother was a terrific bowler. And as I got ready to release the ball, I heard advice she had given me many times over the years. Shake hands with the head pin. Off it goes. I immediately see that it is not going to be a gutter ball. In the end, 6 pins fall. Final score, 205. I let out a shout that probably scared the Romanian bowling lane attendants. I just stood there basking in the sweet sense of finally achieving that long-held dream. Here I am, on the lane where I bowled my first 200 game. You can see I was cleanly shaven in those days. I would bowl 2 more games, but my heart was really not in them because after all, I had finally bowled a 200 game. I would bowl a 138 followed by a 105, and then I decided I was done for the day. After I left, I stopped in at this little church where I kissed all the icons and I thanked God for that day. By the way, the communists purposely built buildings around churches, trying to hide them and thus slowly strangle religion. That's why this church looks like it's deep in an alley. The communists failed. The churches in Romania are full every Sunday. I was scheduled to meet my wife to see a movie 2 hours later. With time to kill and still basking in that long-held dream, I relaxed at one of my favorite spots, Restaurantul Pescarul, where I ordered a half carafe of red wine, calamari, and a cucumber salad. A perfect celebration for a wonderful day. If you'd like to explore my music and my books, please visit my website, keithmassey.com. Thanks for your time.